Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Baloo, and this is one of the few no hype, no nonsense crypto channels in all of YouTube. So if you're new here, I want to invite you to hit the subscribe button. Here on the channel, we talk about the technicals, a little bit of fundamentals, and we try to navigate our way through the crypto space, streaming 3 times a week. So, oh my God, we're in a bull trap. We're in a bull trap, guys. We're heading down. This is the beginning of the end. We're done. We're done. You're going to hear a lot of that going around the market. You're going to hear a lot of that. So we kind of have been talking about this for a while. You know, we kind of have this generalized range. You know what? Let's just pull up a chart. Let's dive right into it, starting with Bitcoin on the daily. So Bitcoin on the daily, we've been talking about this general area somewhere around the $50,000 mark. So if we zoom into the 4-hour, or let's do the 12-hour, we can see the demand was kind of petering off. You know, the demand was showing a ton of consistency coming up in through this rally, beautiful rally, and then we kind of began to curl over, and the demand was coming. The demand was tapering off a little bit, all up into the resistance point. Now, this is kind of expected, as a lot of people were in disbelief of this rally. They were sitting on the sidelines thinking that it wasn't going to keep going, and it kept going. And so there's still some people that haven't made their entries yet. There's some macro money sitting on the sidelines. So as a result of that, we're not going to have that force. We're not going to have that ability to push through that that resistance range around 50K. So what's nice about the demand falling off, though, is we haven't seen supply enter the market just yet. So just because we are not seeing demand doesn't mean that we're seeing people selling into this level. We're not seeing the buying pressure that we need to break through it, but we're not seeing people throw a bunch of sell orders in at this level either, which is bullish. I do think that this is still showing characteristics of a Wyckoff accumulation. We're breaking out of the accumulation range. This is a beautiful, strong move, and we are encountering resistance where expected. So there is this very significant level here on the daily. Let's mark it down. Let's give a support/resistance flip area right in this kind of generalized range. I know I'm kind of doubling up my resistance, but this is the area that we're looking at right here. So until we can get above this, we're not going to get too crazy bullish. But this move leading up to this resistance area is really good, and I like it. I like it a lot. So next area down for a bit of a retracement would probably be somewhere in this generalized area. Now, this is an area that a lot of people are going to be looking for. So use this as a way to measure the bullishness of the space. So if we come close and don't hit, that's very, very bullish. If we lay down and sit on it and then turn around, moderately bullish. If we start to wick through a little bit, there's still a lot of uncertainty, but things are looking good. There is a stream at Twitch. Yes, we are. I multi-stream to both platforms, both YouTube and Twitch. So nothing really to panic about right now. I am positioned. I have very little risk. YouTube is not streaming. YouTube is not streaming? Well, that's weird. I got a live chat coming from YouTube. Error. Well, come on over to Twitch. Not sure what's going on there. Anyways, okay, where was I? So yeah, Bitcoin, this is exactly what we're expecting. You know, we're rallying into the resistance. Demand has petered off, so now people are going to get their opportunity to buy in at that higher low. A lot of people waiting for that higher low. The whales, the bigger institutional investors, they're always going to be waiting for that higher low. We don't have that structural higher low just yet, so where it lands, we honestly don't know, but it could be anywhere in this generalized range, somewhere around $40,000. Fake news. What is fake news? Oh, the stream is fake news. So let's take a look at Ethereum. The market is having a little bit of a pullback right now. but this is perfect. Look at where we're going to land on Ethereum. This is going to be our backup range. Oh, it looks like Discord is on for me. I'm going to have to turn that off. Discord is a power hungry application. Yeah, so we're looking for our backup range somewhere around this area, and then potentially a turn to the upside. So I'm positioned bullish. My strategy is bullish. Now, there may be those of you who are looking at this very bearish. And in the current climate, both are correct. There's nothing wrong with taking a short strategy, and there's nothing wrong with taking a long strategy in this climate, because those of us who are long are basing it off of the structure down here, where we have a potential trend change on the I guess the daily time frame. We have a structural trend change, but there's those who are saying, well, we just came off of an all-time high, and I'm looking for a reversal point for that macro lower high. Both strategies are appropriate. TA is not designed to be able to tell you the future. It's a way for you to formulate a strategy based alongside the probabilities. And there's probabilities for both. Could this be a bull trap? Yeah. But it doesn't affect me because my strategy is not allowing it to affect me. I'm positioned bullish. If we go bull, boom, great, it's fantastic. If we go bear, I get stopped out of the position with a minimal loss. So it's not a big deal either direction. And that's the key to trading. People think that it's about being able to guess the market and be right. Biggest investors, you name the investor, you name the hedge fund, they're right on average 30% of the time. Yeah, that's right. You heard me correctly. They are correct on their analysis 30% of the time. So then how do they make millions? Risk management, monitoring the trade, riding the winners, cutting the losers. It's that simple. The TA is not the answer here. It's just the tool. Thanks for the sub. All right, so back over to Ethereum. Yeah, we're looking for this backup generalized range somewhere around 28, 29. People will start freaking out as soon as we come below $3,000. They'll say, oh, we're back down to, name the number. Doesn't really matter. But for my strategy, I am positioning myself bullish. Another asset that I've added to the portfolio, which this is not investment advice, anybody. This is really just my own strategy and what it is that I'm doing. It's XRP. This is not a crowd favorite. This is not something that a lot of people are talking about outside of the XRP community themselves. But we have kind of the thing that got me to this trade, the thing that pushed me into this trade is when I was looking at other altcoins, the volume was really low on a lot of altcoins, which showed me that it was more so driven by retail. The market, the price was being marked up by retail. Whereas when I see this level of volume coming in the form of a bullish rally, this is more than retail. This is institutional investment. And when you really back things up, let's go to a longer chart for XRP. Again, this is not financial advice, and the market is not going to carry this thing very quickly because nobody's talking about XRP, and any retail investor is going to tell you that XRP is shit. But it's had a very long accumulation. This is on the weekly chart. XRP's been in accumulation since, what does that say? Since September of 2018. It's basically been in accumulation. Very large sign of strength that was kind of squashed by the announcement of the lawsuit, whatever bullshit. Anyways, I speculate that lawsuit will come up ahead, so I am kind of front running a fundamental idea. But as soon as XRP kind of gets the green light for investment, I think that we're looking good. By no means am I a supporter of XRP's fundamentals, but I do like the chart. I like the volume. I like what I'm seeing overall, so that's looking good. It looks like my mic's pretty hot here. Let me turn that down. I'm probably just screaming in everybody's ears. Hello, test. That's probably a little bit better. Okay, Mina. Yeah, we can take a look at Mina. I'm not convinced on a lot of altcoins at the moment, even though we're getting some pretty good pumps. We're getting some really, really good pumps on a lot of coins in the current environment. But I just don't like the volume, and I think that a lot of it's kind of artificial and driven by retail. So the sustain, like I'm here for the long moves. I want to get into projects that are, you know, I want to get into trades that I can hold for at least 6 months. So when we're in popcorn season and you just have random shit popping off, it's hard for me to get convicted to a multi-month trade like that. So, you know, we have a lot of stuff that's going pretty crazy. I didn't know what was going on with Sol for a long time. Sol it's in a very interesting level. We'll take a look at Sol as well. And then it was brought to my attention that they're doing some NFT stuff. So there's the NFT craze is kind of heading over to the Solana ecosystem, and that is just an entirely different thing altogether. Best of luck to anybody who is flipping NFTs right now. Let's take a look at Mina. Yeah, so Mina is kind of a newer project, apparently. Longer chart on OKX, bit of a dump on launch. This is a good chart for those who, I don't know the fundamentals on Mina, but we are in an uptrend after a launch dump. So that's about as good as you can get as a venture capitalist in the crypto space. So for me, venture capital is about getting in at the ground floor, you know, a project that's relatively new, that is just recently become available on the public markets. So if that is you and you understand this protocol, I think it's looking good. It's not going too crazy. What are these candles moves? 28% move, 14% move, 15% move. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good on the daily here. But yeah, I don't know enough about it. Serum is pumping. Audio just had a crazy pump. Like, what happened? So Audio has some article saying that they're going to integrate with TikTok. I don't know how this is fundamentally sound at all. It seems like kind of a hype article with the whole TikTok thing. People are saying, wow, 1.2 billion users are going to use Audio. No, not even close. Like, forget about it. They're not going to buy Audio tokens. Nobody's going to use Audio. This seems like just some bullshit partnership that's probably fake. I would not be surprised to see that end up being fake. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Audio. Let's take a look. I just know it's pumping. But you missed it. You missed it. And if you think it's going to be consistent and continue, no. I know some people in the group were getting into Audio, so congrats to anybody in the group that bought during the accumulation. We had some nice price action in the accumulation. I wasn't convinced, again, based on the volume. But yeah, if you are in that position, now is the time to be trimming. Time to be trimming. All right, Audio's looking good. Hard forking. I am a cynic. Blue the bear, man. Every crypto project is a fucking bullshit project. Entered at 112. Well done, standard practice. Well done. Yeah, 112. That was a beautiful turnaround right here on the dip, bumping off of our MAs. Fantastic trade. Fantastic trade. Yeah, it's looking good. Hard forking, you know everything's a scam, right? Just hard forking, you're the fundamentals guy. Tell me why TikTok users are going to need to buy the Audius token. That's your homework. Bring that to the Hard Forking channel. And for anybody watching right now, go to Hard Forking on YouTube and subscribe to those guys, because I do a lot of TA and I don't dive into the fundamentals too deep. I look at the product, I see if there's, you know, an application that can be used, but that's pretty much the limits of my fundamentals. I'm much more of a TA channel. If you're wanting solid fundamentals, somebody that would have gotten you into Axie Infinity a year ago, go to Hard Forking. Those guys are legit. I also go on there as well. Okay. Let's catch up with the chat here. Yeah, Serum. Let's take a look at Serum. So, I think a lot of these coins are just going to be riding on the backs of what's going on with Solana. So again, the volume, this is selling volume right here. We don't see a consistent amount of demand coming in for the Serum token. This is just retail FOMO, I think, for the most part. Let's go and take a look at the reason as to why these tokens are FOMO, have retail FOMOing in, and it has to do with Solana. So Solana, call it what you will. If there's a continued NFT craze, there's going to be a demand for the Sol token. And we have a structure that is looking pretty bullish. If this is our all-time high, we're above the all-time high. So watch for that to close. Watch for that to close above. It's looking good. It's one of the few tokens that has broken its all-time high. So there's that. Solana, very interesting. Could this be the next Ethereum? Will it be the Ethereum killer? Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, it's certainly not going to be Cardano. Sell now, buy back lower. Crypto newer. I would say if you are if we're talking about audio and you plan on staying in the trade, like from a macro perspective, again, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you kind of how I would approach it as a trader. I would not sell the position, because the thing about markets is you don't know the direction. At any given time, every single time that you make a decision on the position, the asset can go up and the asset can go down. So you need to strategize around that reality. If you sell the whole position and it pumps another 40%, you're going to kick yourself. So it's better to take profits, build up a cash position once certain parameters are met for selling and closing. And then if the opportunity presents itself where you meet parameters for adding to a position, then you would add to that position. But it's really important for you to have a strategy. And if your strategy is like, I'm going to sell it all here and then I'm going to buy it back lower, that's you convincing yourself that you know what's going to happen. And that is, I'm sorry to say, just not going to happen. So bear that in mind, that every single time that you decide to buy or sell, there is an upside and downside potential every single time. Good morning, Patty. Nice to see you. Do you have a price point / month you think this bull run is going to end? I mean, I'm looking around the end of the year, but, it's really going to be determined on price action. If we see a blow off top, we're done. If we see a full-on retail FOMO at the end of the year or at the beginning of, somewhere in Q1 of next year, it's going to be based on price action and nothing else. We're going to be going straight up. There's going to be a huge volume signature on the weekly chart, and there will be an indication of a reversal, and it'll be clear when it presents itself. Time is really hard to quantify in these markets. You can't predict time. You can only see the reactions of the market and speculate on when things are overheated and when things could be coming to a conclusion. So I anticipate that somewhere in the next, 3 to 8, maybe 3 to 12 months, we might get a similar structure that would indicate something closer to previous cycles where we do have those blow off tops, or maybe we don't get a blow off top. The other thing to that point is a blow off top is an overvaluation of the market as a whole. When an asset becomes overvalued, it will come back down to fair market value. Now, the time it takes for a bear market to play out is also a huge variable. So everybody thinks the bear market's 2 years or in excess of 2 years. That is also untrue. It's based on structure, it's based on how the market behaves, and it's based on how the price moves. Time is completely irrelevant. The bear market can be 22 years. But if we are inside of an adoption curve, the bear market could also be 6 months, and that's it. So don't get too hung up on time. Focus on structure. Mercurial. So these are all VC plays. These are all new projects that are launching. Now, for those who are wondering how to invest in venture capital projects, meaning getting in at the beginning of something, take the position that you want to take into mercurial finance, whatever the case may be. Like, I want to invest $10,000, I want to invest $1,000, I want to invest $100, whatever that number is. You have two options. You need to times the number of your investment by 100 and then go find 99 more other VC projects to become a successful venture capitalist. Or if that's unachievable for you, you need to take your position in mercurial finance and you need to divide it by 100, and that's your position. VC is a brutal game. It's a brutal game. It's about spreading out risk and having many losers, with the hopes that that one winner makes up for all of the losses. That's how venture capital works. Very different strategy, not something that I participate in. I have a few venture capital plays, but honestly, they're bets. The only way they stop becoming a bet is when you have 100 of them. Then you hope that one of them, maybe two if you're lucky, actually end up providing a profit and cover the losses of the other 99. VC, very different play, very different strategy. Plans for staking now or later? I am not staking. I avoid staking like the plague. Get ready for cake, emissions reduction, and farm auction soon. Yeah, sounds like some bullshit BSC demand characteristics. Let's take a look at cake. See what cake is doing. Yeah, cake is lagging against the market when we compare it against its index, but it is also making higher highs and higher lows. Am I expecting an explosion? No. But we have broken above the area of the automatic rally back here. We have gone flat. We're transitioning. We're heading to the upside. The intensity of the move on cake is very lackluster. The demand is not building. It is waning. We're seeing a decrease in the demand. Price is very tight. Price is very tight. Like, the spread of the candles is very tight. So your probability of experiencing an unexpected downside move is relatively low. So if you wanted to take a position that was relatively low risk in cake, you could just grab a trend line, go along the lows of this area right here, maybe slide it down a bit. And, put your stop below that line somewhere. Because our spread on those candles is so tight and we're in a bullish environment. So, I mean, even on this dip, it didn't move. Now, when you see a coin that doesn't dip when everything else dips, what that is telling you is nobody gives a fuck about that coin. Nobody cares. The market doesn't care about cake. So if there are some news that might drum up some demand, that's fine, but the demand isn't present right now. So any idea that you can convince yourself in making this into a trade, you have no idea when the demand will actually start to come in. I like to position myself alongside a bullish trend when the demand starts to present itself, as the momentum begins to show up. With this very tight spread, we're coming up against a resistance point. So, if we break above this resistance, you could see some demand come in. But as you can see, we attempted to do that here and we were pushed back down. So not something that looks like it's ready to go. Pundi X, what the fuck is that? Like, there's some coins that I just never pay attention to, and Pundi X is one of them. I don't even know what it does. I have no clue. I have no interest. I don't care. I know it's been around for a while. Yeah, Bittrex. Oh, gee. Oh, no, it hasn't been on Bittrex that long. Oh, you know what? They probably did a mainnet launch, because I remember Pundi X. Pundi X is not new. But again, no demand. So it's just kind of meandering through space right now. It's just floating around. This would be what I would classify as a VC play, check it with, that's how I would approach it. Yeah. There's no momentum. The market doesn't give a shit. It's really simple. Look, we are going down in volume. That means the market doesn't care. I don't care when the market doesn't care. Any thoughts on Ecomi, VV NFTs? I think NFTs are not a space that I have a ton of experience in outside of Axie Infinity. You know, I have Axies, and I do have some Voxies, and I've got some Rev NFTs. But as far as the art NFTs that where people are flipping, and it's like this, you know, game of musical chairs, who's going to be the one that doesn't have a seat? I don't really... you know, I don't really like that. I don't really play well in those types of environments. So if that's you, like if you've got like, you know, a shit ton of Ethereum, if you've got a bag of like 1,000 Ethereum and you just want to, you know, place these bets on all these popular NFTs, trying to get a few more Ethereum, just trying to flip it, then go for it. And there's a huge valuable market for it. It's a whale's playground out there in the NFT market, but it very much so is a game of musical chairs. These things are very overvalued. So yes, it will go up in price until it doesn't. And then you will not be able to sell it. You'll have to sell it for like an 80% loss just to get rid of it. It's an Indian exchange. Yeah, okay. Any opinions on multiple runs versus one grand run towards the end of the bull market? I think that Bitcoin will probably follow the path that it's followed in the past, which means that this next run will likely be the last. And that is because the trend is your friend until it ends. So for me right now, I can only base decisions and data on the past. Until something changes, I have to maintain that posture. I have to maintain that mindset where, you know, we're just going to repeat what we've always done. But at the point at which we don't, then, you know, we're off to the races or we're doomed. It's one of the two. It's binary. So if we do encounter, you know, hyper Bitcoinization, for example, that's not going to follow the same trajectory of what we've seen in the markets thus far. That will be global adoption on an accelerated rate to, you know, the masses. That's going to be a very different chart. When that happens, I have no idea. Are we about to experience the beginning of hyper Bitcoinization, where we just rally and rally and rally and rally for 10 years? I don't know. But based on what we have in front of us, based on what we have on the past data, there's nothing that's going to make me front run an idea like that. So I have to just maintain the posture that we are setting up for a blow off top that will result in a bear market. And that's it. Because that's all we have to go off. Mediblock. Oh, Mediblock. Sounds like a shitcoin to me. Mediblock. Let's take a look at Mediblock. Oh God. English. English, please. Open up the infinite possibilities of healthcare data. Okay, so that's what I thought. I thought that this had something to do with medical records. It had something to do with prescription verification. It's had something to do with that. Here's the thing. You don't need Mediblock to do this. This is an application of blockchain. Period. End of story. Done. It's like Bitcoin Lightning Network does this. That's it. There are so many projects out there that claim to do this thing that is unique to them. It's like, oh, we're the medical blockchain. We take care of medical records. No, blockchain does that. Blockchain. And what's the biggest blockchain? Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin track medical records? Yes. With the Lightning Network? Yes. Don't get caught thinking that this is a segmented system. It's the exact, with blockchain, it's the internet. It's another layer to the internet. Okay, so how many internets do we have? One. We have one internet. Okay, we don't have the medical internet. We don't have the finance internet. We don't have the ID verification internet. We don't have the housing internet. No, it's one internet that has many applications. So this is an application of blockchain. If it's its own blockchain, forget it. I am not interested, not at all. Bullshit. Okay, how do I ban Morris here? We got a scammer in the chat here on YouTube, everybody. Morris Merritt is, I don't even know how to ban him. Oh, there we go. Hide user. This user's messages will be hidden. Perfect. See you later, Morris. Okay, I think you should do more research. I do enough. It's no, no, man. What am I gonna look at? What am I gonna look at here? Do more research? It's a blockchain, dude. All of this stuff can be done with Bitcoin. I'm not gonna waste my time. If their claim to fame, MediPass, okay, cool. Dr. Pallet, cool. Blockchain-based DID, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, no, not a chance. Not getting a dime from me. Thoughts on the stock market? Up only forever. Not sure how this helicopter money is sustainable. Very interesting question. It's a very interesting question because people have been calling for the collapse of the financial system their entire career. They've built their entire career around it, calling for the end. This is it. We're done. We're at the end. This is the final straw. The big collapse, the great collapse is about to happen today. And it never comes. Now, does that mean it will never come? No, I think that we are not in a sustainable environment. You know, we can't keep going forever, but you also can't formulate a trading strategy around calling for the end. You can't. It's impossible. So if you're waiting for like the big short where you make all your money shorting the financial collapse, first of all, the best you could ever do on a short is 100%. So, you know, I just don't know what the goals are for trying to call it. Yeah, I mean, the trend is your friend until it ends. As long as we're making higher highs and higher lows, yes, we keep going up forever until it stops. But I will say, if you are looking to get shorting opportunities where the market has a shift, I want to show you something very interesting. And it has to do with market structure and learning how to read charts and learning how to interpret structure. So here was the dump, right? This happens at every single dump, by the way. Equities, doesn't matter. You get an all-time high. You get a break of structure to the downside, right? We broke structure. We had higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We broke structure. First, lower low. Then we get a lower high. Then you get the huge move to the downside. Okay? Again, let's go to coronavirus pandemic. No, this is not a long enough chart. Oops. Coronavirus pandemic, where the world was ending and the financial markets were about to collapse. All-time high, okay. Lower low, break of structure, lower high, meltdown. So I guess the point I'm trying to make, and you can backtest this on any chart, anytime there's been a stock market crash or a financial crisis or anything, there is an all-time high, there's a break of structure, there's a lower high, and then it melts down. So until you see that, until you start to incorporate that into your strategy and know when to exit positions and when to short, every financial meltdown will have a similar structure where there's a change of trend. and then the narratives build around that. So for me, I really don't care to call. I just know when a change of structure comes in, and I position accordingly. If I position in a way that puts me short at the beginning of a financial crisis, I'll be fine. I will be able to capitalize on that short because I'm following a strategy that has to do with trend. And it's, yeah, you don't just go all-time high and then meltdown. It doesn't work like that. Really nice sounds with your nose. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Such a bear. You gotta be a bear. You gotta be a bear in this market. 99% of the projects are shit. Welcome in, Saint Wolf. All right, let's take a look at some other projects here. You really do have to be on guard in this market, everybody. This is an unregulated market. Now, there's pros and cons to that, okay? When you're in an unregulated market, you're in a free market. This is a free market. This is the only financial market that is truly free, okay? There's no regulatory manipulation. It's coming, but it's not like in other markets. So we have an actual free market here. Now, the downside to a free market is I can sell you something completely useless and get away with it. I can set up a Ponzi scheme and steal everybody's money and get away with it. I can create the most useless, terrible projects that have no value with the sole intent of stealing your Ethereum and get away with it. So that's the downside of a free market. And I hate to break it to you, 95% of the projects are just trying to steal your money. Plain and simple. So yeah, call me a bear. I am a bear. I believe in not much in these markets, not much at all. Sol, we were looking at Sol already. Yeah, it's a little overheated. So somebody did ask about exit strategies for Audius. So what we teach is in the group, if you guys are interested in joining VIP, by the way, links in the description, 50% off your first month using the coupon code WELCOME. It's kind of tricky. So with Audius, I would probably be looking for an exit using the alphanumerics indicator. This is our custom indicator that comes free with your membership. So I guess not free, it comes with your membership. And I would be looking for a bearish cross on the 4-hour, which means you give up a lot of profit. So you're going to have to take profits because this is a huge move, like massive, irrational move. I don't think you will make a mistake taking profits in this area on Audius. I wouldn't necessarily, if it was me, I wouldn't necessarily close the position until my close position parameter has been met. But I would be taking profits in this area. Even if I, had a very large position and I was looking to hold it long term, I would still be taking profits in this area because it's overvalued. People are so buzzed about this being somehow integrated with TikTok, and I just don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I think it's an embellishment. I've seen these types of embellishments in the past, and they don't last. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was IOTA or something that announced a partnership with Microsoft, and you got this kind of move. People are like, oh my God, IOTA is going to be on Microsoft. And then, 2 weeks later, Microsoft put out a tweet being like, no, we don't even know what IOTA is. No. Or it was some sort of embellishment. So, please, this is not a rational move. This is retail FOMO. However, this is showing where we are in the market. We're showing the bullishness of retail investors. We're showing the herd jumping from one coin to the other. We're showing an environment where risk is back on. So if you position yourself in quality projects that will consistently give you gains, we are in the tantalizing environment of a continuation of a bull market. So for me, this is a good indicator. When I see this random shit popping off on a bullshit story, I get excited because it's showing that people are ready to take risk again. We lost a ton of money. Everybody lost, all the retail investors, they lost a ton of money here, and they sat quiet and they didn't know what to do. And they're like, shit, I've lost, X amount of dollars. What am I going to do? And now those same people are ready to give it another shot, and they're probably going to swing harder too. So this is kind of the adoption curve. This is the price curve, the price cycle of these crypto markets that are somewhat predictable with the Wyckoff method. But yeah, if you're interested, this indicator comes with your membership. If you follow just this indicator alone, let's actually turn it on here, and let's go to the 3-day, and let's actually turn the price off and show exactly where let's fill in the lines here. So this is a fantastic indicator. If you just want one to tell you when to buy and when to sell, this is the one. So, buy here while it's green, sell when it goes red. Buy green, sell when it's red. And you can short too if you're really confident. And then look at this run. We got a huge green run, sell, short, and we just turned bullish long. This is on the 3-day. So if you're that type of trader where you're more of an investor and you take the long swings, this is all you need, really. Let's turn the price action back on. Guess no point in waiting for a correction in the stock market. My cash is losing value. It's not losing value more than a wrong move, though. Let's take a look at some stonks. Start out with some of the indexes. So this is an up-only chart. It just looks so different from crypto, eh? So different. It just goes. It just keeps on going. You're not going to argue with this trend. This is fake. This is stimulus. This is money printing. So if the money printing doesn't stop, this chart doesn't stop. The index will keep going up. So if you're wanting to preserve your wealth, you do buy the indexes. Again, the S&P 500, they're buying the indexes. They're investing with hedge funds. NASDAQ, same sort of chart, a little bit more aggressive. There's a lot more aggressive. This is an index of more aggressive growth stocks. We got the Russell 2000 here on a bull flag. So this is looking really good for continuation. American Airlines is flattening out. Yeah, there could be an opportunity with American Airlines. Let's see what the alphanumerics indicator is saying. We just got a bullish cross on the weekly with American Airlines. This makes sense, get those planes back in the air. Apple, continuation. ACB, let's get rid of that. That's no longer applicable. Nope. Oh. Shh. Gotta put that on do not disturb. Come on. Oy. Do not disturb. Let's try that again. Amazon, everything, it's a bull flag. Everything looks like continuation here. It doesn't matter what you're looking at. Alibaba, well, Alibaba looks like a bit of a retracement here. So there's that. Bank of America, banks are still strong. Beyond Meat, that's a very indecisive chart. Anyways. First time chat from viewer. Why is everybody talking about MediBlock? Oh no, that's an older one. Yeah, the trend is your friend with the equities markets. All right, so that is all the time I have for today. Thank you all for joining in. If you guys are interested in the virtual classroom, we do 12 classrooms every month. We stream immediately after the live streams here on YouTube and Twitch. So you get 12 classrooms for 25 bucks if you use the coupon code WELCOME. Get bull run ready. You know, there's a lot of learning you have to do, especially getting over the fact that a lot of YouTubers are going to tell you that TA predicts the future. It doesn't. So if you need the strategies to actually capitalize on the gains and understand how to realize gains when you're in the middle of a bull market, maybe you're new to crypto and you're showing up now. You're showing up at the later stages of a bull market. So becoming an investor here, historically speaking, has been a very bad thing, because you get the tail end when you make all the money, and then you get the potential bear market. We'll be playing it, you know, step by step along the way. But yeah, if you're interested, links below. Go to thecryptojungle.com, sign up there use the coupon code WELCOME. Anyways, all right, so that's all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave it a like. If you have any projects that you want me to take a look at, leave them in the comment section down below so that I can bash them into the earth. And until next time, please trade safe. It's a jungle out there. Peace.